Heather Russell, owner of Onward Endeavors, and this is the third video in my guided introspection series. Onward Endeavors was created to help individuals who are looking to progress their lives. Part of the way that I do this is by helping develop qualities such as self-awareness, empathy, accountability, teaching people how to take responsibility for their results and develop a plan to get the lives and dreams that they envision. So today's video specifically is focused on the starting point for creating your personal development process. So for myself and the work that I do with my clients, I refer to this as a DMOP, D-M-O-P, and that stands for Daily Method of Progressing. So we're going to look at 3 questions that you can ask yourself and jot down your notes. And at the end of those 3 questions, this activity is going to help you with a starting point for developing your own personal development process. Are you ready? Okay. So question number 1. What are the areas in my life where I would like to see change? So that's what you're going to ask yourself. Some of us have parts of our life that we're like, oh, this is really going great, and I'm really happy with how this has played out. But then over here, we're like, I'd like to be better about this, or I'd like to know more about this, or, I really thought by now I would have figured out this, okay? So that's what this first question is about. You want to identify all the areas of your life where you would like to have different results than what you have right now. So here are some examples. Health and wellness. That's an ongoing journey for all of us. So maybe you'd like to get started, or maybe you've already started, but you'd like to be farther along in terms of understanding what exercise is best for you, or what nutritional habits are best for you. Or maybe your family has a genetic predisposition to some certain things, and you'd like to have a greater understanding of how you can proactively keep yourself healthy. Finances, maybe you would like to earn more money. That's a common goal. Or maybe you'd like to learn how to earn money differently. So a lot of the clients that I work with are happy with the amount of money that they're making. However, they really don't like what they do. So they're looking at, how do I learn to earn money differently? Friendships, and intellectual growth, emotional health. These are other areas or aspects of your life where you might be thinking, I'd like to have some different results there. Maybe you'd like to have more friends, or maybe with the friends that you have, you'd like to have deeper or stronger relationships. So all of these are examples of answers to question number 1. But remember, it's about you. It's about when you sit down and you ask yourself that question, what are the things that come to mind? You see, quite often we feel a desire for more out of our lives. However, we may sometimes try to quiet that voice. And inside that is a lot of suffering. You see, what we really need to do is we need to make that voice louder. And then we need to look at, with intention, what that voice is saying. What are the areas where we want to grow? You see, part of our purpose is to grow. And so when we're able to fulfill that, then that's when we get that sense of satisfaction or happiness that pretty much everyone is looking for. Okay, so that was question number 1. You've got your examples. Once you have identified all the areas of your life where you would like to see change, then you can move on to question number 2. So here, question number 2 is, how do I learn best? So this is a really important question because when you're just getting started on your personal development journey, you want to be able to meet yourself and see yourself where you're at. You may have huge goals, and that's great. But what you want to do is you want to start off at a place of knowing yourself and knowing what steps you need to take in order to get to where you want to be. So this question, how do I learn best, could be books, Maybe you learn best when you read something. That's how I am. Video. Many people prefer to watch videos. Audio, maybe listening. Do you learn best when you're by yourself or with a group of people? Do you like to self-direct your instruction, or do you find that you work better and you're more consistent when you work with a partner or a coach? So these are some questions that kind of go along with that, how do I learn best? So you want to identify, based on your history, your personality, your preferences, how do you personally learn best? And once you have that, the third question is, what would 30 minutes a day of learning look like for me? You see, when you're just getting started in developing, you want to not only think about where you want to go and the results that you're looking to have in your life, but you want to think about how you learn, and then you want to think about, well, what would that learning look like? Would that look like 30 minutes a day in the morning that you're reading a book? Would it look like listening to an audio on your drive, on your commute? Would it look like watching a video at the end of your day? You see, there's various different ways that you can start incorporating learning into your daily activities, and that's the best way to get started on your own personal development. Now, if you're someone that is already doing some of these activities, then what you might look at for question number 3 is, how could I add an additional 30 minutes a day? Or maybe look at, if you currently spend 30 minutes right now, what are you doing during those 30 minutes? And can you identify a direct correlation between what you're doing and the categories that you talked about in the answer to question number 1? You see, when we create intention on our lives, then we need to be able to connect those dots and make sure that the behavior, the actions that we're taking are in line with what our goals are, what our thoughts are. So if one of your answers to question number 1 had to do with health and wellness, and you are currently spending 30 minutes a day learning about finances, then that's fine. Keep your financial health and growth going. But how could you add in 30 minutes a day, whether it be reading or videos or taking an online course or working with a coach, to progress your knowledge and your understanding of health and wellness? You see, the reason that a daily method of progressing is so important is because we all need to have consistent and ongoing learning. There's a significant amount of time between knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, which I know some of you have heard me talk about before. So when you're reading something or listening to something, there's time in between you hearing that and you being good at executing it and really incorporating it into your lives. And so what that means is that that daily method is the repetition that you need in order to get better faster. Hope you found that to be helpful. As always, I would love to hear from you. Comments, examples, questions, inquiries. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter. You can also email me at itsheatherrussell@gmail.com. Thank you. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a great day.